This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events, and we are marking a milestone event in Waco, and that is the 20th anniversary of the Mayborn Museum. And Rebecca Knoll, who is communications specialist for the Mayborn, you and I have been doing interviews for a long time together on things, and Molly Noah, who is their marketing coordinator. It's great to have you because when you have a 20th anniversary of anything, you got to have something big to go along with it.
Yes, we have some big things that are coming to the museum this spring, so we're very excited about that. So construction is ongoing right now to install 3 life-size bronze Columbian mammoths right in front of the museum, and we're turning the section of the parking lot that you used to enter
Like a round, kind of a roundabout
the circle
thing.
drive. We're turning it into a pedestrian pathway. So that
And a selfie station, I'm sure.
Exactly, yeah. So people can come up and get close to the mammoths.
Yeah.
You take selfies, like you say, and it's really great. They're pouring concrete next week.
Wow, it is just, it's coming right along. And it's so funny how time just gets away. I remember vividly walking through as a member of the media as the Mayborn was being completed, and the second floor was not completed, but we were being told, this is the children's area, and there's this and this, and I'm thinking to myself, bring on the grandkids. And so now I've got the grandkids, and I can assure you, when they come to visit Grand and Gramps, it's, if I just say the Mayborn, it's like, I can't wait. I said, we need to video them when I say Mayborn Museum for a ad or something,
Yes.
because they just
We would
come
love
apart.
that.
They're so excited to get to come back. So it has truly been a jewel, for Waco, so many great museums and such. But Molly, let's talk a little bit about the event that we're planning, and that is going to be in May, right?
Yes, so we are planning a Mayborn Mammoth Masquerade weekend, May 17th and 18th. And so that Friday night will be the gala. So that will be more for adults, and we're really excited about that. And then that Saturday, it'll be like a mini masquerade, so that will be more for families. We're really wanting to invite the entire community to that to really celebrate, 20 years of the Mayborn here in Central Texas.
So will you have a specific exhibit, or is it primarily the bronze mammoths we're celebrating? Are you going to have a traveling exhibit or not?
Not at that time.
Okay.
We actually will be in between exhibits because we wanted to be able to use the Andean Traveling Exhibit Gallery during the gala.
Yeah, you can have tables. That's what was so wonderful about the construction of that building. It's so functional.
Yes, we have a lot of great space, and really for the gala, we're celebrating the Mayborn, and what's led up to now, and then also our hope for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're working on renovating our Natural Science and Cultural History Gala, Natural History Wing. And we've been working on the plans for that for a couple of years now. We're almost done with fundraising for phase 1. And that's really the people section of the museum, the Texas Lifeways room.
Like where the hut is. For the,
where the
Native
grass
Americans,
house,
the grass
and
house.
we have a Comanche teepee
Uh-huh.
and a log cabin.
Right.
And so, our exhibits are 20 years old. It's time for a refresh. And so we're working on some deeper storytelling for that space. And we're actually converting some storage space into new exhibit space. So we're actually going
Really?
to add 5,000 square feet of exhibit space.
Are you really?
To the museum as part of this plan. So we're kind of, we're inviting folks in for the gala to talk about all that we've done, and then, what's possible, and, hoping to, fundraise a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you are hoping to raise, what is it, 80,000? Is that you have a goal, or?
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah, that's maybe more.
We would take more. We have some really great underwriters for the gala right now. HEB
Good.
is our presenting sponsor.
Good.
So we're very
Such a
lucky
great
to have them.
Community member. I mean, really.
But we'll also have a silent auction during the event. And we've got some really fun auction items. A lot of them are experiences that you can really only get at the Mayborn Museum.
Right.
And one of them is a sleepover. So you can bid on a sleepover at the museum, have a night at the museum. We're offering the opportunity for a child to be the director for the day. So you can, park in the museum director's parking spot, help open the exhibits.
Now that's fun.
We'll have a board meeting in the afternoon. So I think it'll be
You might have
really
a kid
fun.
that wants to go on and do museum studies,
Yes.
Really pique that interest.
Well, and we have so many people in our community that work at the museum, that are in the museum studies program, or families that we see that say, visiting this museum, wherever it is around the country, that was my spark to get into the museum field. And we know that the work that's happening at the Mayborn Museum is someone's spark. So we want to continue that.
Well, let me ask that, Molly. What kind of brought you to museum work, from the marketing standpoint?
Yes, I actually studied museum science when I was at the University of Tulsa. And so I kind of came from an anthropology background, but realized I didn't really want to dig in the dirt and do any of the archaeology side of that. I thought I would be in the air conditioning on that side. So
Yeah, they do look like they are in the elements.
they're in the elements, and I love the air conditioning of my office. But I also really love marketing the museum, getting the chance to go out into the community and talk about the Mayborn is such a treat, and I love doing it. So it's a great place to work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And what about you, Rebecca? I know you've been there a while. How long have you been with the museum?
It's been more than 15 years
Oh,
now,
I thought
so quite a while. I also did museum science. I did at Texas Tech for my master's degree. I majored in history for my undergraduate, and I, really, wanted to have a path, being able to utilize that degree that wasn't necessarily being a teacher or a professor. And I had, some really great art history classes, that talked about, all of the museums around the world. And, I decided that's what I want to do. I want to work in a museum.
What a great place to work. Yeah. Well, this is going to be an excellent event. It's going to be lots of fun. How can folks go about getting tickets for the, we're calling it Mammoth Masquerade, 20 years of sparking curiosity. I love the graphic arts you already have out. Invitations have gone out, correct? So
Yes. Yes, we actually have a webpage, www.mammothmasquerade.com.
okay.
So that's where people can buy tickets, figure out, attire. We are encouraging people to wear masks.
Okay, yeah, like the masquerade.
Yes. So people can make their own, which we would love, but we will also have a mask making station.
Oh, that's great.
At the gala and at the Family Fun Day. So
Okay.
people have the opportunity to make their own. And people can buy tickets there, or we have a few more sponsorship opportunities there as well.
And so do you have an idea of ticket prices? What?
Yes. So for Mayborn members, it's $100, and then for non-members, it's $125.
Okay. Good. And so the Saturday day with the families, is that a different pricing structure?
So that day is actually going to be included in general admission.
Oh, okay.
So Berkeley and Kyle Noss have generously sponsored that entire day. And
Have they really?
Yes. Yeah, they
Oh.
are wonderful members and board members at the Mayborn. And so we're very appreciative of them. But that day is going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be from 1 to 3 at the Mayborn. And we'll have treats. We're going to do a little children's parade where kids can parade the masks that they've made.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun little giveaways for the families. So we think that day will be just a great day to really celebrate with our families, really the bedrock of the Mayborn, our 20th anniversary.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk just a little bit more, though, about this planned renovation or updating of the, it's the natural history side of it. You mentioned the people part. So what else is planned for that area?
So we have been working with the Science Museum of Minnesota to they're a really large museum, and they also have part of their revenue model is to help they build exhibits for other institutions as well, and so they've been helping us do a lot of the research on the exhibit, and we've been working with some community advisors to develop those stories and some schematic ideas. So we're still in the working on that, but we actually are going to start detailed design, really finalizing that in April. But we have such a, the space that we have right now is, it's set in, the early 1800s. And then the village kind of leads you out into, you go out into the village to the 1890s, and you're kind of marching forward in time. And so we're going to tell a lot of the same stories that we have, just on a deeper level. We want to have a little bit first person interpretation, especially when it comes to the indigenous stories, because as we know, indigenous peoples are not gone. They're still a very vibrant communities.
That's right.
And there's also, a lot of stories that don't take place in that gallery right now. There's a thriving Hispanic community in Waco during the 1850s, as well as African Americans, and so we want to make sure that those stories are told as well.
Yeah, maybe something about Jacob de Cordova, perhaps, or
We also in the current plan, and again, everything could change, but we're hoping to put a replica of the suspension bridge in that gallery as well, that leads you out into the future of the historic village.
Oh, that's neat.
We really want to talk about the Chisholm Trail and the cattle culture during that time, and how that really was a melting pot. So many type of people were involved in that industry.
Absolutely. So many places around Waco, you can obviously at the suspension bridge, you see and learn more about the Chisholm Trail, but to have it there in the museum as well is great.
And one of the items, one of the cool items in our collection, we have a ton of cool items in our collection.
You have a lot of great items.
But we have a key to the suspension bridge whenever it was a toll.
Right.
So we have that. So we'll try to integrate that as well.
I did not know that. That's very neat. That's very neat. But it takes money, and so that's what the Mammoth Masquerade Gala, celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Mayborn Museum, is all about. And we hope you will get your tickets, and you go online again to
mammothmasquerade.com.
Mammothmasquerade.com, and we will be there, and I'm so excited, and I hope I see a lot of you there as well. Rebecca, Molly, thank you so much for all you do at the museum, and you have been just such an important part of the success of that wonderful facility. And folks can also, you mentioned how can someone become a member of the museum?
They can go online to our website and join that way, or they can stop by the front desk.
Okay, so just when you join, then it's the next year, or do you have like a season or anything?
So it's for a full year.
Okay.
So if you joined today, your membership would expire at the end of next March.
Okay, gotcha. Very good. Well, thank you so much, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us for Central Texas Events. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.